3-month strength program that'll take you through the start to the finish of how to build the most amount of strength to weight.
Critical, life-changing, absolute best bang for your buck exercises.
A really heavy working set. And for this, you're gonna lift up the bar and you're gonna drop it down.
Morning, Trainiacs. So over the last 3 days, a huge number of you have downloaded the strength routine at triathlontaren.com/strength routine. Awesome. Yellow kickboards, fascinating. And in that routine, I gave you the routine, but I didn't really explain all the movements well. We are going to go through all of the exercises. So if you don't know how to do these critical, life-changing, absolute best bang for your buck exercises, we're gonna tell you how to do them today right after I do the swim. Dropping it like it's hot. Well, that was not a good swim. No. After about 10 days of turning off the alarm to recover from that cold, sometimes just waking up at 4:30 it's a triumph. Big ups. All right, let's go do something that's a little bit less of a full body thrash.
So if you haven't got it yet, I've been talking about it a lot lately. Go to triathlontaren.com/strength routine. All you have to do is put in your email address, and what you'll get is a 3-month strength program that'll take you through the start to the finish of how to build the most amount of strength to weight. So what this routine is gonna do is it's gonna build a ton of strength without putting on a ton of weight. Specifically for endurance sports, that really helps, because if we can be more powerful, get off the ground quicker, push more power, and we don't weigh anymore, every single pedal stroke, every single stride that we take running is gonna push us further. We're gonna be faster. And at the end of the video, I'll link to a couple of the other videos that I've done talking about why this specific program exactly in this order is the absolute best bang for your buck, most amount of power in least amount of time workout that you can do. So we want to start off by warming up the body, getting it ready for the work that's about to come. Start by doing lunges, making sure that your knee doesn't go past the end of your toe, staying at around 90 degrees between your upper leg and your lower leg. Just a straight lunge about 20 times. Then you do about 20 twisting lunges. You can either raise your arm above your head or just twist with your arms spread out like this. Then you move on to some cross-leg toe touches. It's gonna stretch out the rear of the leg. After that, we get into the running ABC skips. It is a knee raise really quick, a military walk fairly quick, and then really quick butt kicks basically in behind you. Once you've done all those movements, your lower body, your core has been activated along several different planes. You're very nice and limber, but we also want to warm up the fascia. That's the layer that goes in between your skin and your muscles, and we do that with a foam roller. So foam roll out whatever you find gets kind of tight throughout the course of a week. Now that you're ready to start doing work, we want to activate the specific muscle groups that we need to fire when we do that heavy deadlift, which is the main work part of the set. So what we're gonna do is some hip bridges. After that, we're gonna do some step ups. You can do it on a bench, you can do it on a jumping box, you can do it on like a step class, little step. Just drive that driving knee up as high as you can with the opposite arm shooting up. Now that we're all warmed up, everything's activated, you're nice and loose, it's time to move on to the hex bar deadlift. If you don't have a hex bar deadlift at whatever gym you're working out at or at home, you can just use a regular Olympic bar. But if you do have the ability to do this at a gym, you can raise up the bar by about 4 inches on a set of pins in a squat rack, and that'll take out a little bit of the pressure that goes onto your lower back by using that Olympic bar out in front of you as opposed to a hex bar on the side. We're gonna start by warming up with progressively heavier weights with 50, 55, and 60% of your target max deadlift weight. And you do that warm up doing a full up and down, not dropping the weights, raising it and lowering it in a very controlled manner. Then you move into the really heavy working set. And for this, you're gonna lift up the bar and you're gonna drop it down. Now, if you can't drop it down because you're working out in a gym and they'll kick you out, that's okay. As controlled but as fast as possible, lower the bar and don't leave much load on your body. Don't let that slow lowering of the bar tear your muscles, because that's what ends up creating those micro tears that fill back in and end up building muscle. Now, during those heavy deadlifts, you're gonna move directly from a heavy deadlift to a jumping block. You can use either a jumping block, you can use a weightlifting bench, or you can just go off to the side of where you're doing the deadlifts and jump as high as you can, not even worrying about jumping onto a bench. And the 2 exercises that you're going to do next are a Bulgarian dumbbell split squat, which you either hold a plate over top of your head to add some weight, you can hold 2 dumbbells on the side of your body, you can hold a kettlebell in front of your chest or on the side, or if you just want to do body weight, you can do it like that. And the other movement we're going to do is a single leg plyometric from a seated position. This is basically teaching you how to get up off the toilet really well. Now it's really time to start working those stabilizer muscles. Go to either a bench, a jump block, a step block, something where you can do a lowering down past the surface of the ground. You're gonna be activating all of your stabilizer muscles in your foot, in your lower leg, your knee, your core. You're gonna be shaking a lot, and there is gonna be a deep burn by the end of this, but also by the end of it, you're gonna have activated a ton of the muscles. I believe it's called the vastus medialis. I could just be making that up, but you're gonna be activating a muscle that is extremely difficult to target unless you're doing high rep volume after huge loads on your body. And then finally, once we're all tired, we move on to probably the hardest part of this entire workout. This is where you're gonna start grunting and groaning in front of other adults. And this is called 7-way hips. And there are a couple of things to keep in mind as you're doing this. One is make sure that you're not opening your hips up this way, that you've got your top hip over top of the one on the bottom. And then secondly, you wanna make sure that you're not opening your foot up like that. That ends up being cheating. You wanna keep it where your toe is dorsiflexed, pulled towards you just gently, and it's also angled slightly down. So the 7-way hip routine that we're gonna do is 15 leg raises completely out to the side. Then you do 15 leg kicks out to the front, 15 leg kicks to the back, 15 leg sweeps going front and back. Then here's where it gets really hard. You do 15 leg circles forward or backward, doesn't matter which one you start with. And then you do 15 leg circles forward or backward the other way. Finish up with 15 running motion leg sweepers. You're probably gonna have to take a break during a couple of them early on until your body gets used to it. But yeah, try to go through it continuously. It's gonna hurt a lot. So you go, Triathlon Trainiacs, with those specific workouts, that specific routine, you are going to build an immense amount of strength while not putting on a whole lot of muscle. So if you wanna go and download that routine and you haven't yet, go to triathlontaren.com/strength routine. You are gonna develop a whole lot more body control, a whole lot more body awareness. Your muscles are gonna fire quicker. You are going to, in a matter of 3 months, become a much better athlete. If you aren't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. And if you wanna check out those 2 other videos that I mentioned, you can check them out here and here. And if you are an existing Trainiac, why don't you share this video with your closest gym rat partner? Shares really help other aspiring, new, potential Trainiacs find us. later. I'm gonna actually do this workout now.